Hello, everyone, and welcome to this yet another episode with the very talented Maha. And welcome, Maha, to this episode. And we are thrilled to have with us distinguished guest Maha. And she's not only an author, but also the vice president of the Agents Francophone, and Maha is a fellow researcher at the Center of AI and Digital Policy, and she's been actively involved in promoting the African continental free trade area through various campaigns and training sessions for African youth. And following the success of her book, Love from Africa, she was named Personality of the Year by Maghreb Voices in 2018. And in 2022, UNESCO recognized Maha among the top 20 women change makers, pioneers in the MENA region, acknowledging her significant contributions to women's digital rights and economic inclusion, as well as her outstanding work in the field of artificial intelligence in North Africa. Maha, it's an honor to have you here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Rupa. The honor is mine. I'm always honored and pleased that my voice is heard in the global south, especially in India. India, one of the pioneer countries on artificial intelligence policy and also on enhancing the South-South cooperation. I really appreciate your efforts as women leaders in AI ethical use. You are such an inspireful leaders. I'm proud of you, Rupa, and keep pushing the global South and inclusive agenda. I'm based currently in South Africa because recently I joined the Africa Development Agency. I work here as a project officer, and in terms of civil society, I'm a vice president of Africa, a Francophone and African Agency for Artificial Intelligence. The agency is aimed to contribute and enhance the debate and the national governmental efforts on the Francophone region in artificial intelligence. As you know, like if we talk about French language, Africa have many French-speaking countries. Today we talk about, it is a generic name for varieties of French spoken, and we are approximately millions African who speaks French. We are spread on 31 countries and territories in French-speaking Africa. So we in our agency, we are the umbrella of all these French-speaking peoples, and our mission is to accompany the public sector, private and social security services in risk and opportunity of practical applications of artificial intelligence. Actually, we communicate and we work on 3 sectors. And the governance, first of all, the training, enhancing skills, and communication. I communicate in French language, as you said, on many posts on LinkedIn or many conferences, because I always not think that the knowledge today on artificial intelligence is mostly in English. And in my mission to democratize artificial intelligence is to speak my people language. We are an old French colonies. We inherited Francophone administrative. We developed our, what we call it, le français des Africains, as well as I'm an Arab, I'm a North African. I'm already speak my native language, which is Arabic, and the Tunisian local languages. So in my mission as leader is to bring this knowledge and speak my people languages, and also to develop our knowledge on artificial intelligence, because as leaders, we shouldn't be limited on translating the narrative. No, we have to create to develop our own narratives. I believe in Africa. I believe in the global South. I believe in the narrative of the global South. And I think what's going now required us to revive, to energize our values. Indian values, African values, Arabs values, because we are not the one who's building technology today. We are not the one who's creating the policy. And I know very well that none of us was part of the drafting of UNESCO chart of artificial intelligence. It's now when we call for inclusive, and we are facing another term of colonization, another term of biases, another definition today of depth and dependency, which is the AI policy. What kind of AI policy? What are we discussing today? Are we Indian, Arabs, all these people, are we the one who put on the assessment of artificial intelligence policy? Are we the one who defined, who brought a definition on artificial intelligence policy? We are not. So I think our mission today, it's like the missions of our first leader on building our nation. We come from brave people. Indians, they were brave. They fought for the great India. Tunisians, Africans, they were brave. They kick out the colonizer. And we have also today to decolonize technology to enable the future generation to use technology with dignity and with independency. I think Africa today has the entire right to control technology. We have the right to know where will be our data and to put on our controls on this data. Yesterday I was in a training session with the university in Burkina Faso. So I felt so bad that one of the experts, he was saying to us that he was kicked out from a platform in France because he is from Burkina Faso. And Burkina Faso, they did a political coup d'etat. So as a result, he, as an expert, as engineer, he was kicked out from the platform. So this is the controversial what we are facing now. We are talking about inclusivity, AI for everyone, technology for everyone, but there are still people who are excluded based on their nationalities, especially if they come from the global south. Yes.
That is very surprising to know that people are still, going through those biases and they're not included even in the training aspect of training and learning aspect of AI.
It is, unfortunately. And as I told you, the only way that we make sure and ensure that we are treated in an equal way is to fight and build a digital sovereignty in a way. And when we talk about digital sovereignty, it means, for me, how I identify it, it's our control over digital infrastructure and technology and data in order to safeguard and to protect our national interest, protect the privacy, the dignity of the citizens, also promote our economic development in the way and in the vision like we agreed on it, plus social inclusion. If we Africans, if we could build our own data governance and ICT infrastructure development, plus promotion of indigenous technology, in this way, this is the path for me that we ensure that none of us will be excluded. Plus, when I talk about data governance and controlling our data, we need to know where it will be our data. Also, we have to control it. If, for example, European Union disagree with one of our governments, they will not tell them, oh, okay, you will not be able to control your data as a result. So artificial intelligence and new technology have to play as enablers for prosperity and development. we have already billions and billions of debt to Europe and Americans and to International Monetary Fund. And artificial intelligence cannot enhance these debts. That's why I cannot say I'm not optimistic, but I'm worried about this. I don't want that my country take more debt just to ensure the digital transformation process. It's enough. We have debt since our independence, since 1956, and I don't want more debts. I have to be solutions to decrease the debt, to enable our development, not another tool for more dependency of my country and the whole continent in the globe.
Absolutely, Maha. As you said that, AI should be used for good and for the development, especially in the African continent. And now Africa has already seen all the challenges since so many years. And with AI and with these new technologies, we do not need more of the challenges. And it is so important that, Africans should have control over their own data, having their own data governance, and then how their data is being used, and also the right to be forgotten about the data, and to be able to control their data. I think that's so crucial.
It is, and in this area, I would love to call for more South-South cooperation in digital economy and AI. I believe on South-South cooperation, and I studied in China, and I have many close friends from Asia, from India specifically, and I love to exchange from them. And if I look at the AI ecosystem in India, and how Indians develop the AI to find the solutions for climate change, to find solution for health system, also for gender equality. This is very inspiring for us, because we both come to India, African as India, we come from underdeveloped country, and your solution, it fits to your community and it comes from your community. So I think it's the closest solutions for us. We have to from our comrades, from people who have been in the same histories and in the same path like us as African. So I think it is time for us to enhance and call for South-South cooperation in digital economy and in artificial intelligence. Also, we need to align our policies to support the developments and adoption of technology and AI. And alignment policy, we have to learn from you. We have to learn from Brazil, because they are advancing very well in this field. Saudi Arabia, all these countries, we have to sit together and listen from each other and take the best practices.
Right.
Also, we have to call for more capacity buildings between us, especially in terms of Industry 4.0. I think we are all keen to use AI and to develop industries. And also we are keen to embrace the age of Industry 4.0, the industry of the fourth industrial revolution. Indians are doing pretty well, South African too, Chinese, Brazilians, and the other countries are part of the BRICS once. So I think it is time for us that we leaders, we sit together, people in the academia field, we see how we can come up with the policies, we align it with our interests, and how we can build capacities, because we are talking, I believe in South-South because it's full of we are, all of us, we have, first of all, we have common history background, especially in the post-independence and periods. Also, we have the same struggle, we have the same context. So, and people of colors at the end. So I think it is time for us to think about this seriously, because I don't see that much initiative on the ground for South-South cooperation. As I said, I'm from Tunisia, so when I have to look at the Tunisian national AI policy, I had a discussion with my friends in Tunisian experts in some webinars. I was calling them, why you didn't include bilateral meeting with Senegal and Rwanda and other African countries? Plus, why we didn't call for South-South cooperation on this? And it is the same issues actually in other African countries. If they are francophone, they would have seen the first countries, French or Belgian. If they are anglophone, they will talk about Britain and the other power anglophone countries, and no one look at their peers countries. I think it's better, even in the cost of bringing new technology. It will be less costly if we look at India and Malaysia than bringing it from Germany or France. For me, it's crucial and it's very important to build on this and to energize the values of South-South cooperation, to energize the value of decolonizing economy, of eradicating the debt. This is our way to secure our independence, our fully independence, and also to guarantee the inclusivity of our people, also their dignity. Thank you.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you, Maha. And so what do you think, what strategies are being implemented to democratize AI in Tunisia and Africa? And how do these strategies ensure equitable access and benefits of AI across diverse communities?
Okay, actually, for Tunisia, Tunisia elaborates their AI policy. And the AI has many goals, the AI strategy in Tunisia. Firstly, it aims to facilitate and promote the emergence of AI ecosystem in Tunisia through the implementation in place of data governance framework by attracting local talents and international. And prioritizing the adoption of AI in key economic sectors to ensure sustainable and inclusive development in Tunisia, promote the efficiency of public service by promoting dematerialization and personalization of services, ensure better visibility at the regional and international level of the AI ecosystem, establish a national regulatory framework in harmony with its natives and the international law in a way that we can ensure a responsible adoption of AI. So these goals for me has first challenge is the brain drain in Tunisia. Mm-hmm. Most of here is the country considered it as the best educative system in Africa, one of the best educative system. When we talk about illiteracy, it's the low rate of illiteracy in Tunisia. We all educated, we all have facilities, we have high access for internet, we have good infrastructures at the continent level. According to Oxford AI readiness, Tunisia has always been the third in the ranked of infrastructures. However, brain drain, there are many Tunisians who quit the country now, many startups who quit because of the financement and of the ecosystem itself. Because still we have issues with regulation of the AI ecosystem. The country is not stable politically. The atmosphere in general, it's not encouraging for investment. So, plus the lack of governmental financement for startup. So the issues is here. It's not only in Tunisia, the most of the continent. There are financement for creating the startup, but to enable the startup moving from startup stage to scalability. There is the issues. We always have this lack of accompagnement, lack to follow up, or to ensure that all of these startups reach the scalability level. So generally, the startup who move on from the scalability level to international expansion, they quit the country. So this is an issue, regulation also. At African level, African Union Agenda 2063 recognize the critical role of sciences, technology, and innovation as universal enabler for addressing poverty and inequalities, diseases, climate change, food and nutrition, security, digitizations, health, disease, environmental conservation, migration. Also, we do also at the level of African Union Development Agency, there are the program of PIDA, which aims to promote socio-economic development and poverty reduction in Africa through improved access to integrated regional and continental infrastructure, networks, and services. So PIDA, they have already worked on and developed initiative on sector of information and communication technology, ICT, and they developed studies on ICT, on AI strategies on Africa, AI issues, and especially I have to highlight the digital transformation strategy launched by the African Union on 2020, which aims to harness digital technology and innovation to transform African societies and economies to promote African integration. Also, the strategy works to support the continent's socio-economic development and to ensure Africa's ownership of modern tools of digital management. Here we go back again to the digital sovereignty, because yes, you know, it has history, because when we start digital transformation, most of the providers, they come from outside. The technicals, they are not the local. So at some points, for example, in Tunisia, most of the hosts and domains, they're there in France. They're not back home. So how can we discuss sovereignty if our data, it's not in our home? So like, it's controversial. It's very controversial, especially now with this generative AI and this high development. And we are in the age of AI governance. I cannot say that we are moving to AI governance, though we are. It's here. It's here, and we are trying to come up with solution with the limited resources which we have. So I go back now, African commissions also develop and implement communication strategy, which aim at the public sector, private sector, and citizens to ensure not only relevant buying from public sector, but also to promote and raise awareness about the importance and potential of digital transformation for Africa and Africans. Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you for sharing this, Maha. That's really insightful. And Maha, so it's clear that there is a big digital divide in Africa. And so would love to know about your insights on how things stand with digital literacy there, and especially when it comes to AI and data science. And also, I'd love to hear about what's being done to boost digital skills and build up local talent in these essential areas, especially upskilling in AI and data science in Africa.
Thank you. Actually, there are many initiatives on digital skills. There are programs of African Union Commission, African Development Agency, programs of United Nation Commission in East Africa. There are many international level programs to enhance digital skills in Africa. At my level, at our level as leaders, as I said when I started my talk, it was more on democratizing and debating the AI and tech policy in our own language. I always support, and I've been a good support for an initiative in Senegal. I always talk about them, those people. I like them so much. They developed an initiative called Wolof for AI. It is a platform to discuss artificial intelligence in the native language of Senegal, which is the Wolof. Wolof, one of the most spoken language in West Africa. And it's a verbal language. One of the issues of indigenous languages, it's not written language and it's not institutionalized language. And it's spoken by a high range of people. Well, Wolof for AI, it comes to debate, to develop knowledge about artificial intelligence with the local language. Because in Senegal, okay, it's a Francophone country, but in the country, there are many other local language. And the ones who have high and good level on speaking French, they belong to the elite. And most of them, they're based in Dakar. But if you go out of the capital, you will find people who doesn't have a good French. The local one, they don't speak good French. And AI governance is not related to us. It's related to the whole of the community. And if we want to do the international survey on AI ethics, or we want to bring AI to those people, we have to develop knowledge on AI with our own language. So in a way that we are sure that those communities will be able to take advantages from technology. So democratizing AI, for me, it's a mission. And Tunisia in 2020, I animated many conferences about artificial intelligence in Arabic, in Tunisian Arabic. And I realized that time that when they speak in their own language, they come up with a brilliant idea. And they really understood. And they feel that what I'm talking, it regarding them. This is how we popularize. If we keep debating this in international and foreign language, it will remain elitist. No one will come and ask you, because everyone today is affected by generative AI, especially when it comes to protecting personal data, discussing AI and democracy, discussing AI and hate speech, and so on. This topic should be raised in native language. So we talk about building capacity, bringing AI to entrepreneurship, bringing AI to enhance and uphold private sector. Okay, which community of the private sector? It will remain only with the privileged one who can talk international languages. The local, the ones who were not enabled to read and to study international language. So they have the right to discuss this. So digital skills in Africa, for me, have to be from the bottom to the top and have to be developed with the local languages, with the local people themselves, because they are the one who knows what problem they have, and they are the one who can come up with a solution. And they are the one who will lead the digital transformation process and the AI integration, not us. No.
Couldn't agree with you more. As you said that, this AI literacy is more about, from the bottom to the top, and because they are the ones who are actually facing the problems and they understand their problems and they can, come up with we can define their problems and what solution fits them the best. And also, as you're doing such an important work that, you're doing this AI and data science and educating AI in local language and native language so that everybody understands, and it not just AI and data science and these technologies not just limited to the elites and the classes, but also to people working at the ground level, and it's accessible to all. I think it's so important. And thanks for the work that you're doing, Maha. It's really amazing. Yeah. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, Rupa.
And so how are cultural and ethical considerations being integrated into the development and deployment of AI technologies in Tunisia and Africa? And are there any unique ethical dilemmas that you face in this region? And what is your vision for the future of AI in Africa, and what steps are necessary to achieve this vision, and how can international cooperation play a role? So what's your thought on this, Maha?
Yeah, thank you, dear. For me, my vision, really clear and simple, is an AI where everyone can benefit from the digital revolution. Includes we are all have the right to benefit from artificial intelligence. Inclusive plus digital sovereignty. Governments, they have to play a key role in making sure that this system implemented and used by the private sector or by the government itself, they are respecting human rights and African people's values. Governments have to develop regulation, have also to, when I said regulamentations, they have also to develop a proper court. If me, I will be harassed, or any ladies will be harassed by one of the system of AI developed system. Okay, they should allow a regulation that we go and complain, right? Plus, it have to be also a remedy assessment, because unfortunately we don't have any kind of remedy and conciliations for the people who have been victims of online violences, women, for example. And I come from a community, I'm a Muslim and Arab, so it is hard for us. Cybercrime, it's for me, it's offline crime. There's no differences. The only difference for me that cybercrime make that crime widely known.
Absolutely.
Relate us more. Okay, after years and years of activism in Tunisia, we have rules, we have politics, and which encourage women to complain. But in the remedy and reconciliations part, and especially if women ask for a psychology assessment, social and psychology assessment, it doesn't come most of the time. The one who benefits from that is the ones who is able to pay psychiatry. It is complicated and it's harmful for women and children. Now we are talking about AI. Governments, public sectors have to debate this and have to find out regulations and national policy with the private sector, because the private sector themselves, before they implement whatever solutions or system, they have to adopt a responsible approach, a humanist approach. Also, governments have to be aware about this. Values, humanist values have to be shared, because it's responsible of private sector, civil society, people, and governments. It's not the only work of governments, it's our entire responsibility. So inclusivity, it's a crucial mission and requires a political willingness, requires governance, good governance, and also engagement of private sector and investors, because there is no way that these companies that are investing, they're using our data, they are building solutions without considering the human well-being and without any control. We don't have to accept it, and we have to make sure our values, our principles are respected and our well-being is guaranteed.
Yeah, thank you, Maha. That was so valuable. And as you rightly mentioned, that it's so important to have digital sovereignty and inclusivity, and also looking for remedy and as well as creation. Thank you for sharing your insights, and it was so valuable and so insightful, and it was just an honor to have you on this podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rupa. Thank you very much for your kindness. A pleasure is mine. And anytime, I mean, thank you. Thank you for your initiative and your support for women leaders. And I like the fact that women are bringing women voices. If you don't do that, no one will do it, dear. So we have to do it. And we need to call we need to call all women and urge them to support each others, because otherwise our voices remain forgotten. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Maha.